Good morning and welcome to the 8 o'clock hour of Good Day Virginia. I'm Lauren Taylor.
And I'm Alexander Balakian. And hey, flat out, it's just hot out there right now.
That's right.
We begin with team coverage this morning with the blazing heat taking its toll in our area.
Yeah, meteorologist Jason Caterina is in the Pinpoint Weather Center with hopefully some good news today.
Yeah, meteorologist Clay Osterly braving the heat with some preventable measures to keep our furry friends from overheating.
But first, let's start with meteorologist Jason Caterina. Jason, please tell us something good.
Something.
Well, it is going to break for us, but another day where we're going to continue the heat wave in spots. Now, some of us will be a bit cooler as we go through the day today. We are going to have some showers and thunderstorms out there, but Clay will be talking more about your furry friends. But if you got to take them out for a walk this morning, bring some extra water along, take your sunglasses, and maybe don't need to make it a short walk just yet, but as the morning progresses and it really starts to warm up out there, you're going to want to make that a short walk. Rolling light on that comfort cast again. It is going to be hot and humid today. Not quite as hot as humid as it's been lately, but some areas still working their way into the 90s today. Heading out for that morning commute with the possibility for some showers and storms this afternoon. Maybe you want to take that umbrella along. You'll certainly want the sunglasses, and you're going to need those for the ride home as well, and perhaps the umbrella. So maybe you do want to take it along with you this morning just in case. Thinking about lunch outside, already feels hot as we head toward 11 o'clock with those temperatures in the mid and upper 80s. Don't forget sunscreen if you're going to be out, and of course watch out. We are going to have some of those showers and storms starting to pop up as soon as lunchtime this afternoon. Now, some of those could be strong to severe. We'll talk about that and what to expect in the coming days and your full forecast in just a little bit. Guys?
All right, thanks, Jason. Hey, it's no secret the extreme heat, it can zap all of us in a matter of minutes. That includes our furry friends. Even simply taking your dog out for a walk can become harmful in these temperatures.
That's right, and it's important that we protect them. Our Clay Osterly is live in Roanoke County with ways to keep your pets safe during this heat. Good morning, Clay.
Hey, good morning, guys. Now that the sun is up, Jason was just saying that we're already near 80 degrees in the Roanoke area, and I can definitely personally attest to that. And standing over the blacktop, too, it's really starting to warm up. These are some things that you need to keep in mind for your pets as we're going outside and getting outdoors and into this weather. A couple of things that you need to look out for. The first is extreme panting. That's a pretty given sign that's kind of common that your dog is overheating and needs to take a break. But the other two signs that really stick out is laying on their sides and not really wanting to move all that much. So if they're laying on their sides, they're kind of refusing to move. That means your dog's too hot and you need to get them inside and cool them down. So how can you do that? A couple things that you can do is get them in some cool water, some cool towels, maybe wrap that around their heads and their ears especially. And we can also try this if you wanted to. You can take a cotton ball and you put a little rubbing alcohol on it, and then you can put that on the bottom of their feet. Now that helps to draw some of that heat away from their bodies and kind of helps them out to cool them down a little bit cooler, or quicker rather. You can also put it on their ears, and that'll help them out too. Another thing that you need to talk about with their ears and their nose, they can actually get sunburned. Some dogs can do that. And so you can just put a little sunscreen on their nose, on their face, on their ears, and try to help to protect them from sunburn if they're outside too long, and help to protect them from the sun. Of course, also, a few more things to keep in mind, and I did mention this, the blacktop. If you want to walk your dog, try to walk your dog on the grass as much as possible. If you do have to walk them on the blacktop, just put your hand down, feel it real quick, make sure it's not too hot for you. If it is, it's too hot for them. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, good stuff, Clay. And a stark reminder this morning to keep our furry friends out of the scorching heat as a dog in Danville dies after being left outside too long. Danville police called to the 800 block of Grove Street yesterday morning. There they found a dog in distress and immediately took the dog to the Danville Area Humane Society. They tried to cool down the dog, but it eventually died from heat-related causes. Giving your dog plenty of shade and drinking water is not only protecting our pets, but it's the law here in the Commonwealth.
Once you see an animal that's suffering from the effects of heat, you can never again enjoy a glass of cold water.
Over at the Danville Area Humane Society, they do make sure the animals are in air-conditioned rooms and have plenty of water. The owner of the dog who died is facing misdemeanor charges.
Family and friends will say goodbye to the victims of a triple homicide in Roanoke County today. Bent Mountain Bistro posting Miranda Trump's memorial service will be this morning at 11 at Colonial Presbyterian Church in Roanoke. Now, instead of flowers, they're requesting donations to the Roanoke Valley SPCA in her honor. Brennan Deckel and Cole Kennedy will have a joint service at the Bent Mountain Center tonight at 7. There will be equipment for skating before and after the service to honor the young men's love of skateboarding.
The Connecticut man who led police on a high-speed chase through 2 counties will be back in court today. You might remember we reported the story first back in May, where David Irwin was trying to ditch police in Rockbridge and Botetourt counties. He was wanted on charges of kidnapping and strangulation. He's scheduled for a preliminary hearing today. Irwin faces multiple charges, include eluding police and reckless driving.
The company behind the Mountain Valley Pipeline receiving 2 more violations for water pollution violations, this time in West Virginia. In all, the Mountain State has cited the 300-mile pipeline project 4 times for breaking water pollution records. The most recent violations say the company failed to keep runoff containing sediment from leaving the construction site in Nicholas County. State environment officials say that means the company failed to meet standards for the state stormwater permit. Mountain Valley Pipeline LLC has 20 days to respond on how they'll correct the violation.
Well, as we've heard, the pipeline project creating more and more controversy as that construction continues around the region. Now, the project created thousands of jobs as well and is expected to improve energy infrastructure. But critics say the project hurting the environment. Some activists, as we've seen, taking the fight into trees and ultimately the courtroom. But one protester demonstrating through displays of art at the Taubman Museum. Genesis Chapman says he grew up on Bend Mountain, where the pipeline is being laid down.
You know, I'm a nature boy. I really am. It's a product of where I'm from. I would hope that those people would understand, like, this is my nightmare, and that's personal, and you can't deny that. It's always been really important to me to show other people that are outside of the Appalachian region and show what's really going on here, because there's so many preconceived notions of like what the Blue Ridge Mountains is like.
Chapman's work, first debuting back in April, will continue in the Taubman Museum until August 12th, and it is free to the public. Thousands of travelers in our area still scrambling to find new flights after a computer glitch leaves them stranded. American Airlines had to cancel around 2,500 flights since last Thursday, all due to the glitch. Travelers at Lynchburg Regional Airport say it's been like a roller coaster, not knowing if their next flight will actually take off. Some passengers saying they've spent days waiting on a new flight to pop up. The airline's hub in Charlotte is where the bulk of the problems have originated. No word on what caused the glitch, and it could take several days for everything to get back to normal.
Despite investigations, hearings and headlines, our election systems are still at risk from cyber attacks. And November midterm elections are just months away. One expert who served on the Commission for Cybersecurity under President Obama says the threat on our election system is still very real. States like Vermont are not waiting for federal action. They're taking whatever steps they can to make sure every vote counts.
We blacklist IP addresses as we go. I mean, our system does not allow an IP address from Russia or Bosnia or Southeast Asia.
They're going to break into routers, they're going to break into computers, they're going to break into voting systems. Anything that has internet accessibility is at risk.
These experts say paper trails are best. Federal mandates call for ballots to be sealed and stored for 22 months after Election Day.
All right, up next, we're off to the Good Day Cafe, where fine dining has a feel of a modern bistro. Our friends from Blackstone Grill let us in on their secret recipe that includes mint, corn, and plums. Do you hear my stomach rumbling already, Lauren?
I need it.
Yeah, there we go. It's all next here on Good Day Virginia.
And Virginia Senators Mark Warner and Tim Kaine have requested further details on the Trump immigration policy from Kirstjen Nielsen. The purpose of the letter is to reveal exactly how much money is being spent enforcing the zero-tolerance policy, what resources are provided to children to ease psychological trauma, and whether or not any Virginia facilities will be used to house children torn from their families. The senators also asked when and if children would ever see their families again. A grassroots organization in the New River Valley is planning to march to the steps of Congressman Morgan Griffith's office. The NRV Indivisible is an all-volunteer grassroots organization dedicated to a healthy and active democratic process. They'll be marching on Congressman Griffith's office in Christiansburg later on today. That protest is expected to begin at 4 o'clock. Coming up, closing in on a serial rapist. What authorities in D.C. are doing for the first time ever to try to stop the hotel rapist from terrorizing women for 2 decades. We'll be right back.
And welcome back into the 8 o'clock hour of Good Day Virginia on your Wednesday morning. I'm Alexander Balakian. We have a couple of cute, adorable little puppies.
I know. I'm so distracted by them. They're so cute.
Yeah, we're all oohing and awing here. Whew.
And I'm Lauren Taylor. We begin this half hour with a cold case out of D.C. that's haunted authorities there for more than a decade. His name is still a mystery, but in the nation's capital, a first. This man is being indicted on 6 counts of sexual assault based on his DNA profile alone. Authorities say this isn't an image drawn up by eyewitness accounts. Rather, it comes from DNA left on the scene. His targets include hotel housekeepers, typically in D.C., and there's suspicion that he may be involved with 8 additional incidents in Maryland and Virginia. This is the first time the District of Columbia has indicted an unknown suspect on DNA alone. And if you're planning on hitting trails or the park this summer, remember to always make sure someone knows where you're going and when you plan on being home. If you're listening to music on your headphones or earbuds, consider using only one. Carry a charged cell phone and your ID. And wear bright colors so you can easily be seen by others. All right, thanks, Jason. Several trails are closed at Grayson Highlands State Park due to what park officials say is elevated bear activity. Cabin Creek Trail and Horse Trail connector to Massey Gap will be closed until further notice. Park officials say a dog got into a fight with a bear this past weekend, and the dog's owner tried to stop the fight. Now, both the woman and the dog are okay. Park officials say the incident could have been prevented if the dog was on a leash.
Well, more heat equals more of this. Yes, snakes. The Roanoke City Police Department warning residents to be on the lookout for big rattlers like that picture there. This one found on Franklin Road yesterday. Construction and the heat can cause snakes to become more active as they seek out new locations. Police also reminding people that it is dangerous to kill or relocate snakes that are not in immediate danger. If you need a snake removed, you can call Blue Ridge Wildlife and Pest Management at the number on your screen. Ugh.
I'm hoping I don't have to use that number.
Yeah, I'd rather just see this little guy roaming around. Look at this guy.
He's so cute. His name is Browse.
Look at him.
Look at his brows.
He's got better eyebrows than me.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say anything, but.
It's just with the time, rocking the winged eyeliner thing.
He may be like a new modern age Spud McKenzie a little bit.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
So we have 2 of these guys here. There's another one. His sister is just over there. Distracting us all. So we'll get to meet them in just a little bit in Furry Prince.
All right, coming up, it's time for the taste test. Blackstone Grill is putting the final touches on their grilled chicken. That's next on Good Day Virginia.
Now, WFXR News Good Day Cafe.
And welcome back to Good Day Virginia. I found myself walking over here to the kitchen because it smells so good. I'm joined by Executive Chef Fred Jones. He's out of Blackstone Grill out of Christiansburg. Thanks for joining us this morning, Chef.
You're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about this awesome grilled chicken that you made here this morning.
Okay, what we're putting together is a hoisin mint chicken with a corn puree and pickled plums. So the first thing I'm going to do is put down some of this corn puree on my plate.
Oh, I can't wait.
Then I'm going to streak through it towards the corner of the other plate. I'm going to get some of this nice chicken down here.
Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea. I am salivating so right now. It smells so good. And tell me, you guys are planning on serving this on Sunday?
Yes, Sunday we will have our wine dinner. That is a little off-menu thing if you want to get more of an insight into the chef's minds. All of our line cooks have contributed to ideas. So it is kind of a combination of all of our thoughts and ideas.
And if people want to come out on Sunday, do they just come to the restaurant? Do they have to make a reservation?
If you could call ahead, we still have spots open. It is a 5-course meal.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to eat this. Alexon better beat me on in here because I'm about to eat all of it. And tell me a little bit about how you made the chicken.
Okay, the chicken was pan-seared and then we roasted it at about 350 degrees for roughly 15 minutes. And then we tossed it with a hoisin mint sauce. It's fresh mint, hoisin plum sauce, and a little bit of seasoning in there, you know.
Nice, that means your breath won't stink after you're done eating it.
No, it's very fresh, very refreshing.
Very excited. I'm gonna dig in. Chef, you wanna join me here?
Yes, for sure.
Let's see how good this is. Let's see. It's all mine. I'm not coming back to the studio, you guys, sorry. Very good.
It's delicious.
All right, I'm gonna send it back over to Jason, who's hanging out with furry friends. Hey, Jason.
You're not coming back to the studio, but we have puppies, and they're attacking.
Well, we had to bring Clay in from the heat. Look at him.
Look.
And look, we got you a couple puppies.
Oh, I got to meet him long before y'all did.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to hang out outside for a little while.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
Ooh,
Wow.
yes, these puppies are taking over the newsroom, I can tell you that. Obviously, hey, look, it's going to be hot one more time, 4th day in the 90s, huh?
For some spots, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we've already made it an official heat wave, 3 days to 90 or better, but we're going to tack on one extra just for good measure in spots today. Some severe weather possible. The Storm Prediction Center up the threat out there. Now we've got a slight risk for some areas, so certainly need to be very careful this afternoon. These guys available from the Franklin County Humane Society. They do have 3 other siblings. They'll be ready the 29th, but applications are being taken right now. If we can pry them out of Lauren's arms.
Oh, puppy snuggle.
No. So
Louis might need a friend.
Oh, man.
yeah.
Hey, if you miss anything, virginiafirst.com. We'll see you tomorrow, 5 a.m. sharp. Thanks for joining us.